Good afternoon. My name is Jason Deese, founder and CEO of Flash, where we save lives and economies through weather analytics. Now, that's the really boring tagline. The really cool one is we predict lightning with AI and machine learning. Next, please. Next slide. Oh, thank you. And even that is not totally true. Lightning is just our cornerstone product. We now have an entire AI suite of generated products to go along with the lightning, such as wind, hail, hurricanes, tornadoes. I'm going to blow your minds here in a second with a tornado AI product that we have, precipitation, onset and ending of rain and snow and winter storms. So pretty much anything you can think of that we can pour into our AI model, we can produce an accurate forecast for. So welcome to the future where Flash uses a software-only solution, taking the algorithmic insights, AI, machine learning, combining this with the vast data lakes we now have available to solve the previously thought unsolvable. Next, please. So we started with lightning prediction because it has yet to be solved, as all current lightning data providers show observed strikes or strikes that have already occurred. And so by definition, these hardware-based networks miss that first strike 100% of the time. Why is that important? Well, it's important because 40% of all injuries and deaths come from that first strike. Next, please. We also started with lightning prediction because lightning is a big problem getting bigger. 22,000 wildfires started per year due to lightning. Think about $1.8 billion in losses out in California and Arizona this past year due to wildfires. 240,000 individuals struck per year, $5 billion in insurance losses, and then $1 to $2 billion losses per year due to aviation. This is going to be a huge sector for us. Not only do we predict the first strike, but we predict the last strike. And so the stat I want to leave you with today is a Boeing jet burns a gallon of fuel per second circling a runway. So we've done pricing studies with Southwest Airlines. If we can get those planes down just 5 minutes faster in the air, 5 minutes faster safely, which we feel we can do, then we save them hundreds of millions of dollars a year in fuel costs alone per airline. So aviation is going to be huge for us. Take all of these numbers and keep in mind that lightning frequency will increase by 50% through 2100 due to climate change. Next, please. So what do we provide? We provide the start of lightning, prediction lead time of 15 to 25 minutes, no hardware needed, an unlimited monitoring radius, and a prediction accuracy up to 99.6%. It is a patented algorithm issued in just 6 months. And we focus on the first strike before any storm develops. But wait, there's more. Next, please. As mentioned, we also predict the end of lightning. So the same algorithm used to predict the first strike is used to predict the last strike. 30 minutes after the last rumble of thunder is the current practice. We feel we can safely cut that time in half. Next, please. So what kind of traction have we had with the lightning prediction product? Well, we did the Miami condo collapse. We provided a lightning forecast to the rescue crews for a 5-day period after the collapse. And then more recently, Daytona, at the race there, we provided lightning support for the public, for the safety of race attendees, and also provided DGM race team with accurate forecasts for onset of precipitation. But we also had high-level talks already with Spirit, NetJets, some golf entities. One of these we are signing a pilot project with, which I can't announce just yet, here in March that we're excited about. Next, please. So you guys all know about AI, so I'm not going to bore you with that, but in terms of meteorology and forecasting, we used to do everything with physics and formulas. Now we're going to use the past to predict the future. So the days of flipping a coin for weather forecast are over. Being right 50% of the time is no longer acceptable. Next, please. So what does AI offer for us? Here's that tornado forecast tool I was promising to show you. This is just one of many examples of what AI could do. We input 30 years of historical data into a machine learning model for extended tornado warning forecast. The image on the left shows a 3-hour forecast of tornadoes with the highest probabilities in orange and red. The image on the right shows the actual tornadoes for that day in the red dots. The red line is just for reference to show how accurate the 3-hour forecast was. So imagine hospitals, schools, construction sites, etc., having a 3-hour forecast of high tornado probabilities. AI is indeed changing what is capable in the forecast world. Next, please. So this is just a loop of the product in the top image there. This is a line of thunderstorms that moved through Wisconsin back in the fall, and also Illinois. And as we zoom in, you can see the lightning predictions coming in. They're clustered at first, but then as we zoom in further, you can see more and more of the lightning predictions, literally thousands of strikes. It's running in under 400 milliseconds, not only showing where the lightning currently is, but also showing where it's going. So this is a predictive tool that no one else has. So very powerful and has a lot of insights into weather intelligence. Seamless API across the entire United States, lends itself to enterprise and consumer as well. And we built the architecture so that we can build in other weather parameters as well. Next, please. So far we've raised over $1 million in 6 weeks in the crowd. We started out on Start Engine. Raising that amount of money in 6 weeks was top 10 all time on Start Engine. So we do relate well to the crowd. We're currently in a Reg D, doing very well in it, having raised 500,000 up to 2 million. We're at 30 cents a share in this round. Our 6-month plan on the right there, which includes finishing out this Reg D, but also we're already targeting initial sales within this first 6 months, and then the enterprise solutions, looking at those down the road in this 6 months. So with that, I will take any of your questions.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Saul, you're up first with the first question.
Thanks. Yeah, quick question on sort of the targets, market that you might see, not just today, but in the future. Is smart cities or any of those initiatives out there a potential target to help those communities find and combat their weather problems?
Yeah, absolutely. The more we talk with these companies, the more we find out how we might be useful to them. So something such as electric grid and the smart grid, they actually reroute power during thunderstorms. So because a line that is struck doesn't get as much damage when it doesn't have electricity flowing through it. And so if we can give them a smart way to have that electricity flow through it, then we're doing something. But even down to something as smart as little as Amazon Alexa or Google Home, letting you know that your electronics might be susceptible or something like that. But yeah, we've been in talks from the small scale to the large scale, the smart city type things.
Thanks.
Great. Dr. Ruotolo, followed by Avi.
Thank you. I lead innovation across 44 utilities, mostly in the US. And I saw that you're working with Georgia
Power, yes.
Power. Yeah. So what's the commercial engagement that you have with them? I just want to get my head around it because I would love to test your technology.
Right. So as mentioned before, it's a lot of these that we've spoken to, including Georgia Power, it's about how they route electricity. And so they will actually reroute the electricity based on if a thunderstorm's coming or not. But they don't have any predictive capabilities right now. And so if they can reroute in a smarter way with this predictive technology, then that saves them money. And then also, like I said, a line that gets struck by lightning that doesn't have a charge through it sustains less damage than one that has actual electricity running through it at the time.
Right. And so on the commercial model, are you charging them right now a flat fee?
Again, maybe I misspoke, but these are just still in the talks right now. We're not actually engaged with any of those at the moment. So
okay, thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
Hi, this is Avi Lindenbaum. Appreciate the presentation. Can you speak a little bit more about your sustainable competitive advantage and your differentiation on the technology side?
Right. Right now, from a competitive advantage point, there is no other lightning prediction company out there. So everybody relies on detection, meaning that they see the thunderstorms or have sensor-based technology that actually sees it. Our competitive advantage is, first of all, that we have a predictive component and we can say when the first storm is going to develop. So we're actually creating new markets that didn't exist. So if you think about wildfires, if you tell a firefighter, hey, lightning's already occurred out there, that doesn't really help them. If you can tell them lightning is going to occur at this spot in 20 minutes and it lines up with a hot spot where lightning or where fires are conducive, then you're creating a new market. And so that's really our competitive advantage as far as that goes. And then the fact that we require no hardware, we're purely cloud-based, and AI really gives us an advantage over the competitors as well.
Okay, Cindy with the last question.
Hi, Hi, going back to your AI models, is there a human in the loop, or can you speak to that a little bit?
Right. No, not in our AI model. We're taking data that's already out there. So it used to be, I would have never gone after this venture with previously because the data just wasn't there. But then there was agreements set up with Google and Amazon for them to house the data, house the big data. And so that big data being with Google and Amazon enables us to just go out and use our algorithms and models and grab that data without any human intervention in that AI model.